There were once two girls, Christina and Laurie. Their mother was returning from her business trip in London after 3 weeks, and they were both excited for her return. Laurie just wanted to see her mother again, but Christina wanted more than that. Christina wanted a present. They were preparing for her return when Miranda, the housekeeper, called them downstairs as the sound of a car could be heard pulling up outside the house. The girls rushed downstairs to the side of their mother, stumbling through the door under the weight of a large brown package. As Miranda rushed over to help, Christina asked what was in the package. Their mother told them that as times were hard and money was short, she couldn't afford to buy them each presents from every trip she takes. What she had bought, however, was a gilt frame. As Christina stalked off unhappily and Laurie disappeared into the garden, Miranda was told to replace the old watercolour painting above the fireplace. When Christina finally came down to inspect the gilt frame, she saw it was a picture of a young girl. Scrutinising the picture, she decided it was nothing special and wondered why her mother had bought this instead of getting her a present. Just as she was about to leave, she heard a voice. It said that it could give Christina 3 wishes. Slowly turning around, she saw the girl in the picture looking straight at her. She walked over slowly and the picture repeated her offer. After a little thought, Christina skeptically wished she could be rich so her mother could afford to buy her more presents. After a nod, the picture resumed its state of inanimation. A few days of nothing occurred, and then Christina was starting to think that she imagined the conversation with the picture, but then her mother received a phone call. The girl's wealthy grandmother had taken a fall down the stairs and sadly passed away. This would mean they would inherit all of their money. While Laurie was terribly upset about the death of a relative, Christina didn't mind all that much. She never really got on with her grandmother, and now she was rich. And so Christina got her first wish. After a space of a few weeks, Christina became curious about the picture of the girl. After all, she still had 2 more wishes to use up. She would spend hours in front of the picture, trying to get it to talk to her again with no success. One afternoon, she came in to look at the picture out of routine when she saw its eyes follow her across the room. With a yelp of surprise, Christina ran over to the picture and asked her if she was ready to use her second wish. Just then, Miranda came in and told Christina that it was a lovely day, so she should go outside. Christina wasn't happy about being interrupted, as the picture had become just a picture again, so she rudely refused and told Miranda that it was her house, she would do whatever she pleased. When Miranda left, Christina screamed out in annoyance that she wished the housekeeper would leave her alone and stomped off upstairs to her room. A few days later, there was a knock at the door and a man in a suit arrived asking for Miranda. It turned out that she was working illegally in England and he had come to make sure she went back to her own country. The girl's mother was distraught. What would she do without her housekeeper? Laurie was also upset. Miranda had been a good friend to her in the past and now she was being taken away. Christina, on the other hand, was not upset at all. She was happy she could do whatever she wanted now without contradiction. And so Christina got her second wish. Later on, Christina went up to find Laurie crying in her room. Christina demanded if she was still upset about Miranda leaving and said that she was being silly. The girls then started arguing and Christina ended up hitting her sister and screaming out she wished she had her own room before she stomped out. When she got downstairs, she was met by a scene of chaos. There were policemen all over the house. Her mother was shrieking with tears streaming down her face. Christina was being restrained by the police officers. Then Christina's mother explained what was going on. Laurie was dead upstairs. Christina couldn't understand what was happening, but then, like a light switch, it clicked and she knew. The picture was responsible. She screamed out, "It was the picture did it." But then her mother asked, "What picture?" She didn't buy a picture. She bought a mirror. There wasn't a girl in the gilt frame. There never was. It was Christina. Christina pushed her grandmother down the stairs after sneaking into her house. It was Christina who called the authorities on Miranda and told them she was working illegally in England, and Christina who held a pillow over her sister's face until she died of suffocation. With a look of terror, she broke free of the restraining arms around her and rushed over to the mirror, pulling it off the wall. She smashed it over the banister. And then stood there in a pile of glittering shards of mirror as the police officers handcuffed her and took her away to a juvenile offenders camp where she was placed in isolation. And so Christina got her third and final wish.